Good morning, 2WR. Here is your virtual learning for today. Today is Friday, October 23rd. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I have something on my head. Can you guess what it is? Today for our meeting, we thought it might be fun for you to come dressed in a Halloween costume. So since today is a day that we might get to celebrate Halloween together, we thought it might be kind of fun to come dressed up. I know Dorothy's been working on her costume, so maybe it'd be fun for us to share. Even if your costume's not all the way done, as mine is not all the way done yet. And let's see if you'll get to guess what's on my head. All right. So today for reading, we're going to talk about an inference with Mr. Alex and Miss Yuka. And so when readers make an inference, they infer a little bit more about what's happening in their book. So Mr. Alex and Miss Yuka are going to read the book Knuffle Bunny Free. It's one of the last books. I think it is the last book of the Knuffle Bunny book series. And they're going to talk a little bit more about making an inference. So making an inference is thinking about the picture, thinking about the characters and the story, and a little bit deeper connections to why something might happen in the story, or how a character might be feeling, or something that the character does and why they do it. And we use a lot of our experiences in our own life to make those connections and those understandings of why characters or things happen in a story. Okay. And that's called an inference, or to infer what's going to happen or what's happening in the story. And we'll talk a little bit more about that too in our morning meeting. Today for math, it's kind of a little fun math lesson with Miss Pike today. And so you'll get to play a little video, listen to the lesson with Miss Pike, and then your seesaw activity is to make your own story problem. So you're going to use pumpkins, you're going to use some ghosts, and you're going to use some bats to make your own story problem for us to solve, and for us to kind of talk about if others want to try to solve each other's story problems. That might be kind of fun activity for you to do. All right. And okay, this is kind of an example of what might one of the challenges that you have today. So it has the witch's pot plus the black cat equals 20. What numbers could those be? Then you have the jack-o'-lantern equals the black cat plus the black cat. What might those numbers be? So we want to figure out what the missing numbers are. So 18 equals jack-o'-lantern plus the black cat. So that has to be something. Remember that then the jack-o'-lanterns and the cats have to be the same number. And then you take that black cat plus the witch's pot minus the jack-o'-lantern, and then you come up with this number here. And we'll talk about some possible answers that you might have gotten. Okay? I think you can have different answers. So any answer you get is going to be correct. Just try to find one answer. Finally, for your lessons today, we have a social studies activity. We've been talking about rural, we've been talking about suburban communities, and now you're going to talk more about, rural and urban. Now we're going to talk more about suburban and what is a suburban community. Remember, it's the community that's in between the big city. As you leave a big city, then you go to like an urban community, and then outside of that is the rural community, and that's like the big open space community with not very many people or cars or buildings or things like that, big city. So the suburban's the one in the middle. So what are some advantages of living in a suburban community? What are some disadvantages? What are some things that you would not like about living in a suburban community? All right, so go ahead and stop the video if you'd like to try this little activity. I found this is something fun that we could do. So just hit pause, and you can try to find 10 differences, okay, in the picture. And then we'll talk about these in our morning meeting as well, kind of just to keep it fun. And I did have some of the answers here, which we didn't see that. And then we'll be meeting at 10 a.m. At 9 a.m. Sorry, right there. 9 a.m. for our morning meeting. Today we do have one-on-one meetings available if you would like to meet with me one-on-one as our last day before, this does say small groups, but anyway, one-on-one meetings before we break for fall break. So today is the last day of learning, and then next week we'll have no learning until the following week when we start back in November, and that's when I'll see you again. So we'll see you today at 9 a.m., friends. Let's see if you can guess what's on my head. See you soon. Bye bye.